So this is the XGIMI Titan. It is XGIMI's largest projector. It's pretty big. And when I first talked to XGIMI about the Titan in January at CES 2025, they had sort of said that it was going to be aimed at the commercial space, but now they're saying that it might actually fit in home theater environments. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to measure brightness, contrast, color accuracy, input lag, color wheel speed, all that stuff. This is a 0.78 inch DLP chip, which is much larger than what you would normally find in most DLP projectors that use the 0.47 inch chip. That does not mean that it is any higher resolution. It's still a 4x pixel shifter. The 0.78 inch chip uses 1920 by 1080 mirrors and then has a 4x shifter to get 4K resolution. And we will look at its focus and clarity as well. This unit is, I think, the Chinese T10. Not the actual Titan, because all of the menus are in Chinese and the OS is still in Chinese, but that will obviously, when it's released in the US, all that stuff will be changed to the US version. As a result though, I'll be using Google Translate on a lot of the menus, so I will always try to make sure that I have all of the correct settings on, but some of them I don't know what it means if the translate doesn't work very well or if it's buried in a menu, but I'll do my best. The good news is a lot of the settings are the same as the Horizon 20 line that I've just reviewed, so I know roughly where they go. And step one is we are going to test the brightness at the minimum throw. So master color accuracy and performance are going to be interesting, but we're going to start on this one, which is movie. And this is a 100-inch screen, and I've got my Konica Minolta T10A, and we're going to do an ANSI brightness test. 1743, 1772, 1766, 1785, 1762, 1759, 1732, 1747, 1741. And then we'll get a contrast measurement on that, put it in the center, and then we wait for the white dot to get to the middle here. And that value is 0.90, so it's a bright projector, but that is a pretty raised black floor. Next, we're going to change the picture mode, and we're going to go all the way down here to performance. And I'm guessing this says that it's going to sound bad. All right, here we go. Let's get it now. 2518. Whoa. 2557. 2555. 2576. 2566. 2580. 2542. 2593, 2562. We'll go ahead and grab contrast on this. Wow, that is getting blue. Oh, that was bad. Okay, so it does the auto detect thing. We don't love that. All right, we're gonna turn this off. I wanna make sure that we're in the right mode, because that's not the one that I had selected. All right, so this says we are in oh yeah, we are in master color accuracy now. All right, well, I did it. Read Chinese properly. So this is performance, office is there. So it takes whatever one you're currently in and puts it at the top. That's interesting. All right, 1773, 1805, 1776, 1787, 1784, 1775, 1762, 1785, 1735. We'll check the contrast on that. A little higher, 0.89. No, 0.8, maybe 0.9. 0.89. And then we're going to check if there is any dynamic stuff in here with Google Translate. Here, up to here, and this one, and then this says basic settings, professional settings. So basic settings is usually just brightness and contrast. It's got a white point for D65, There's a D, what does that say? Come on. That just says color temperature 1. That says color temperature 2. Okay, so it doesn't have, I feel like there's a sort of cinema setting or a movie setting on the Horizon 20 series. This one just says D65 here. All right, this says motion compensation. So this is MEMC. It's set to middle. We're going to leave it on that for filming. I normally would turn it off. Brightness and contrast, sharpness. Okay. Professional settings. All right. There's white balance settings. Here's our color space. Color optimization. Color correction. Gamma. Dynamic contrast. All right, well, let's turn this on. We turn on AI contrast also. We do our contrast test now. It's the same. So dynamic contrast didn't do anything there. Next, I'll move the Titan back to maximum throw and adjust the zoom. This is at maximum throw now. This is on movie mode. 1541, 1579, 1593, 1594, 1595, 1581, 1581, 1589, 1569. That's 0.54, which is quite a bit better. Right, next, we're going to grab the spectral distribution for this. Okay, that's exactly what we would expect. We got big blue laser, big red laser, and then we've got a hump for the green. The color temperature is bang on though, so that's good. Then we'll jump into CalMan Ultimate and I'll profile my portrait C6 with my Jetty 1501 high res, which just saves a little bit of time. And we'll start the test with color checker on movie mode, and that ends up with an average delta error of 8.04. Next is master color accuracy mode, which ends up with a vastly improved 4.06 average delta error. And last, checking performance mode, it is expectedly worse, coming in at 23.93 average with a max error of 49.53. Checking on color gamuts, the Titan correctly obeys the Rec 709 SDR color space, but it does drop its blue laser quite a bit out of DCI-P3 when projecting HDR, and BT 2020 color space coverage is decent, but again, it expectedly falls short in the green primary since that's generated by a phosphor and not one of the pure RGB lasers. And last, grayscale out of the box RGB balance is decent, but the gamma tracking is definitely a bit off. All right, this is going to be a bit more difficult because I can't read all the options. And so I don't know how to get the best input lag, but we're going to give it a shot. All right. So there's laser brightness, image mode, game enhancement says automatic. Oh, that's good news. Low latency says base. But I think we want to do it in extreme speed mode. High frame rate mode. Image mode. What does that one say? Crosshair. Wow, that didn't feel good on my eyes. Come on, translate. Oh, okay, well, that gets us to 32.8 milliseconds, which is still not amazing, but I guess now we can come down here and it'll give us this thing. And I saw something online that this is like switching it to Xbox mode. That's cool. This says, I don't know what that says actually. That says FPS frame rate floating window. And then this says, oh, this is just the position of it. On the right. Okay, that's where I wanted. So that says FPS 60, that's cool. Screen shift aspect ratio adjustment. Game super analysis. Don't know what that means. Turn on. Aspect ratio. Automatic is what we want. This is set to the big one. This is set to low latency. Is set to, no, I wanted it, yeah, I want it on extreme speed. So that's not great. Let's try at 120 hertz. It's kind of annoying that every time the source disconnects that it goes back to the beginning. All right, 1080p 120, entering game mode, I'm guessing that says. I think we need to turn on high frame rate mode, so we go here. This one was high frame rate mode. Okay, that's definitely a different sound. Entering game mode, but still pretty high latency at 30 milliseconds. It's definitely in 1080p mode. You can see the pixels. I feel like there's like a projector super frame thing. Okay, so I guess I can't adjust that in game mode. Oh, okay. All right, let's try 240 hertz then. And this shouldn't be affected by the light, but we'll just toggle it anyways. Yeah, it's the same. And then let's check to see if it moves. Nope, this is a ping pong buffer, so it's the old controller. Next, looking at focus and clarity, I'm a little bit surprised how visible the pixel structure is, and I would have expected less STE from the 0.78 inch chip, but it's pretty similar to the 0.47 inch chip, if not a little more visible. And the last measurement that I took was the color sequence in speed, and even though it ends up being a fairly standard 4x speed, the blue laser has an extremely short burst, and the red is projected for 4 times longer than the blue, and the green is projected for 5 times longer than the blue. And those long persistence times might lead to more perceived rainbow effect, especially when combined with the massive brightness of the Titan. And last, I will leave you with some footage of the Titan in action.